This week on Cartridge Quest, I sell some big ticket items on eBay, I find some interesting items at the thrift store, and I try to save up to check another game off of my top 100 N64 games wishlist. And a quick reminder on the rules for this collection challenge, what I'm calling Cartridge Quest 64. I can use 10% of the profits after fees and income tax to buy any N64 game I want. Last week, I picked up Hydro Thunder for $60, setting me back to $0 in the fund. I've got some work to do this week if I want to pick up another game for the collection. We're about to head out for the weekend. I only got one thing to pack. We sold this CCM hockey helmet. It came in a bag that we got for about 20 bucks. It had 2 helmets, some gloves, and some pads in it. So this is pretty much all profit. We sold it for 15 bucks plus shipping. And while we were visiting family this weekend, we saw a sign along the way for an estate sale. So we pulled off and stopped in. These pretty signs are not looking good. When things are organized and well advertised, you know it's going to be overpriced, but hey, you never know. Yeah, as predicted, insane prices. My brain tends to shut down when I see stuff like this, but I kept looking. Now, it was hard to get on camera because their basement was so dark, but they did have a bunch of vintage Lego. These base plates hold value, but the sell-through is really awful, so the price had to be great. Unfortunately, they wanted $70 for it, so yeah, we left empty-handed. So I'm doing something a little bit unique today. It's actually the second time I've done this, but there's an online auction. So you actually bid on the items online and then you go in person to pick them up. The last one we crushed out. That's where I got that Legend of Zelda standee, a bunch of video game posters, a bunch of Game Informer magazines, like really, really cool stuff. But we did pretty well at this one. We have 3 lots we're picking up. And when I get back home, I'll show you everything that I picked up. All right, so we just got home. We just got everything loaded up out of the car and it's spread out in my kitchen right now. So apologies for the mess. So there's this Spirit of St. Louis rotary phone. I'm pretty sure it's a reproduction. But this was the main reason we bought that one lot that I showed you. And this grandfather clock, which you couldn't quite tell from the pictures on the listing, but it needs a little bit of repair. And this is definitely something I don't know anything about. Should be able to sell this ink because it was kind of recent. 2023. This might be a recent printer too. That might actually hold some value. Yeah, the only other things that looked interesting in here to me was this top mount camera light. It's like vintage one. And this thing. That Elvis record might be worth something too. I don't know. And there's like an 8mm film camera. So this wasn't something we intentionally bought. It just happened to kind of like be in there. So all in, we were 60 bucks for everything. So there you go. There's a $30, $40 vase right there. This was the main reason we picked this stuff up. This Roseville glass. Is it glass? Pottery? What do you call it? Pottery. So this was what made it worth the drive. So yeah, this one might be like a $200, $250 vase.
This is what
and there you got the maker's mark there. Okay, cool. So there you go, 60 bucks all in for this. And we've got some work to do. It's not like easy stuff. It's a lot of big items. But what do you think? Maybe like 500 in value total, something like that?
Maybe.
We will give you updates as things sell. We went to that estate sale pickup this weekend, so you saw some of the stuff that I grabbed, including one of these items was a random like sealed package of printer ink. So we sold that for $14 and free shipping. So I have a board game collection and my goal is to get it all to fit in this one Kallax. So I listed a few of them over this past week. And we sold one. It's this Near and Far by Red Raven Games. We sold it for $36. I probably paid about 40 or 50 for it new, so we're losing money on it, but at least, you know, recoup some of my cost. All right, the next item is this Harley Davidson black duffel bag. So it is a like motorcycle shoulder bag. Kind of paid up for this. We paid about $15 for it. We got 25 plus shipping. Next up is this Rainbow Bright vintage doll, or rather it's a reissue of a vintage doll. So I think this one came out like 2016 or so, but it's made to look exactly like the one from the 1980s. We sold that for $20 plus shipping. Next, we sold another Game Boy Advance SP. So I picked up a huge bundle of these from someone I met through a garage sale over the winter. And I got $100 plus shipping. I listed a bunch of old like video game cables and stuff, just things that I had accumulated. You know, was surprised to actually find that there was a little bit of a market for this item in particular, these Microsoft Xbox 360 component cables. So not a huge come up or anything, but $9 with free shipping. Again, these are items we don't have any money into. Next on the list is this Swarovski Stardust Crystals. What is it called? Mesh necklace, red mesh necklace. I think we picked this up at a garage sale for only a couple bucks, and we sold it for $25 plus shipping. So a couple weeks ago, we picked up this bundle of GameStop promotional posters. Actually, if you want to go check out that video, I show you all of the ones that we picked up if you want to check that out. We paid $120 for all of them. We kept a Resident Evil 4 poster and a Spider-Man 2 poster. They're really cool. I haven't hung them up yet, but they're really, really nice. And we listed the rest for sale, and we sold the first one from that bundle's Final Fantasy 16. We got $60 plus shipping. We've got this Clerks UMD video. So it's a PSP compatible format. We picked them up for $3 at a garage sale over the summer. We got like 4 or 5 of them, and we sold most of them already. But we just sold this Clerks one for $9 plus shipping. And then finally, this was a Lego set from my personal collection. I've been slowly getting rid of these. This Lego Architecture White House set. So I got $19 plus shipping. So let's get this stuff packed up right now. And a quick thrift run today. The store felt pretty picked over for some reason, even though the snow kept a lot of people home. Now, I did manage to find this PlayStation 1 for a good price, and it had the first disc of Metal Gear Solid inside, okay? And as I was checking out, they put this PS5 controller on the shelf, and it was only $15, so I grabbed that too. Pretty light haul today overall, but still worth the time. So today we've got 5 items to pack up and ship out. The first up is this. It's actually the second pair that we've sold. We picked up 2 of these at the thrift store for $2 each. This Garfield child safety scissors. They're actually still sealed. They're pretty cool. Sold them for $10 plus shipping. We sold this Disney Tiger Electronics 1990 handheld game. Picked this up for $3 or $4 at the thrift store last week. We sold that for $25 plus shipping. We sold 2 Game Boy Advance SPs. We sold an 001, a working one, for $75 plus shipping. And then we sold another one that is not working. It has a broken screen, but I did harvest the battery from it to use in another console. But this one we sold for $45 plus shipping. So still, I think we paid about $10 for the broken one. So $10 into $45, I'm really happy with. And then the last item we picked up for $1 or $2 at a garage sale. We sold this Lennox Christmas ornament. It's from 2004. We sold it for $12 plus shipping. So those are the 5 items for today. Let's get these packed up. Well, happy Friday. We've only actually got 2 things to pack today, but they are very nice. Actually, the first one's not all that exciting. This bundle of Minecraft books. So the Salvation Army near me had a ton of these. They had like 10 bundles of them. I only grabbed 2, so I paid $4 for these. You know, make a couple bucks profit on it, and it sold pretty quick, which was nice. And it was easy to list. You saw I went to that online estate sale, so I picked up quite a few things from there. I've only listed a couple things from it so far. So all in, you know, spent about an hour going to go pick the stuff up and come back. And I spent $60 out of pocket for everything. I'm thinking all in, it's going to be about $500 worth of stuff. Still have a couple big items that I need to list, but I already got my money back. This is not the type of thing I normally buy. So this is a vintage vase from a brand called Roseville. So you want to look for these signatures on the bottom. This Roseville pottery, very distinct style. We probably paid a couple bucks for it, but again, I'm going to say I spent $60 on this and then everything else is free. So I sold this on an offer. We listed it for $175, took an offer for $150, and it sold within a couple of days. So absolutely pumped about this sale, and we're going to get all this packed up right now. And with that, I have $24 in the game fund. Let's head over to the game store. Plus, I've got this bin of random trade stuff. I've got a Nintendo Wii that's complete with the Wii remote and the nunchucks. I've got a couple of games that either I didn't list on eBay or have been listed on eBay for a while. So I'm thinking I'm going to get about another $50 for that stuff. My plan is not to spend it all. If I find something that is on the list and I can get it with the budget I have available, great. But ideally, I'm going to start banking a little bit of money for some of the more expensive titles that are on the list. So let's go get this stuff traded in right now. So, as predicted, I received exactly $50 in trade credit for that stuff I brought in, and I spent $16 of it picking up this copy of Army Men Air Combat. That puts me at 53 out of my top 100 N64 games. So with the $34 left over in trade credit, plus the $24 I already had in the game fund, I'm left with $60 going into next week. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to see what sells on eBay next week and what great games I add to the N64 collection next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.